Alright, hey everybody. Been a while since I did one of these little tutorials, so thought I'd kind of kick in with something because I was just talking to Iffy, and Iffy actually brought up something that I had meant to do a tutorial on a long time ago, and I'm going to be very honest with you, it's one of my biggest douchebag tricks. Okay? I do a lot of things that really... I do it and I get away with it because I understand the limitations of our format. So let's just put it that way to start with. If he was talking to me about how I get backgrounds around the image right. So for example, we'll take a look at this one that we were just talking about, and specifically what Iffy is talking about are these edges here where I faded it into black while I'm using a pretty strong texture. And she wants to know how I do that. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the big brush. Alright. So here's a texture, and here is an avatar I've been working on, and we'll just use this one because it's going to be a quick demonstration. So we're going to grab our texture, copy it to our clipboard, Control A, Control C, and then we're going to go to our image that we want to paste it on, and we'll make sure we're right about the right level, and we'll paste that image down. So now we've got this image pasted down, let's obviously bring it into size a little bit. And I'm going to want to get those edges out a little bit like that, and like here. Okay, so let's pretend this is the perfect background, and now what I want to do is go ahead and kind of fade those edges. The first thing we're going to do with this texture is I'm going to obviously bring it down in the mix to about right here, right? So I'm going to be able to see it, but at the same time, you know, it's not going to take over what I'm trying to do, and that's always been the kind of the point of this ever since I saw Cole do it back in the day. Much props to Cole. She's just fucking awesome. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my eraser brush, and I'm going to set the size of the eraser brush to about 500 pixels. And actually I'm going to go much bigger with this one. I'm going to set my eraser brush, to about 700 pixels. Now the thing about the brush is it's got soft edges. So really all I do is this. And as you can see, I mean, I can get all crazy about it, or I can just do that. And it's the limitation of the format, people. I mean, when I bring this down, it's not going to matter as much. If I want to get funky about it, obviously, since we're using brushes, I've got another brush that I'll use sometimes. This kind of gives me a bit of a grungy effect on the edges, so I'll hit that one up and I'll hit OK. And again, I'm going to set this for about 700 pixels, 728. And if you notice, it starts to get a little more organic as well. Okay. The big brush. You and the big brush should be friends. So, there we have it. Minimal fuss, minimal muss, so to speak. And then I might just go in off that rough one and go back to the big smooth one. And again, set it back for about 700, 666, nice. And just clean up those edges a little bit, right? And that's really all it takes. Gives you kind of a nice little effect. And there you have it. The big brush.